Welcome to What a Time to Be Alive, the only podcast counting down everything this week that made you say, what a time to be alive. And now, Patrick Monahan, Kath Barbadoro, and Eli Uden.
Folks, welcome to What a Time to Be Alive, the only podcast casting things each week to make you see the thing that's on the podcast. I'm Patrick Monahan.
I'm Kath Barbadoro.
No Eli.
Eli. No
Eli is the villagers have him trapped in the windmill. We're doing our best to, put a stop to that and get him out. But, the pitchforks are out. The torches are out. So stay tuned on that, folks.
The prophecy foretold. Unfortunately, he did see this coming. He may have tipped his hat a little bit. He's been saying it on stage for years, and finally the villagers were like, you know what? That's a pretty good idea. We should trap him in the windmill and set it on fire. So, hey, if you're in that angry mob, cut it out. What are you doing?
That's right. That seems like a reasonable request. So we do have another guest, and we are very happy to have him here. He is a comedian. He is a podcaster with A Lab, and I believe it is City Saint, Country Saint. Is that correct, Charles? I got it.
Correct.
Folks,
Double
please
thumbs
welcome
up.
Charles Starr is here with us today.
Thank you so much. My agent told me that I was auditioning to be the substitute monster for Eli Uden, number 5.
I'm glad that you could make it. I know that you're coming to us live. The internet's pretty good from Riyadh, right? You're there for the fest.
That's right.
So.
It is nice to be in a country where I can criticize Israel.
Finally,
those powerful transes can get what's coming to them. I am in a place, unlike the United States, where I can say exactly what I feel. Because they've had it.
Yo! Check. Jazz Star making his debut on the podcast. You may now approach the USB mic, counselor. You know what it is.
There he is.
Shelby just made that now. That's why it was a few minutes after the
flattered
introduction.
and honored. Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, there we go.
So, Charles, what's up? How you been? Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. I've been good. It's been, it's football season, so I have my football podcast. The team is terrible, which I guess is a content mine because there's no joy. And otherwise things are all right, Family's good. Kids in his
What
senior year
what
of
team
high
do you
school.
do your podcast about?
The New Orleans Saints. Orleans Saints, because I'm a weird. No one is surprised that I was a weird kid, and all of my. I grew up in Queens, but all of my teams are scattered around the country because of.
How did you pick them?
I like the logo, and I like the Red Wings logo, and I became a Pirates fan because that was my first Little League team. It was called the Pirates, where I was easily the worst player on an undefeated team. And I'm old enough that the Pirates actually were good at the time. And so
if you're the worst player on an undefeated team, I feel like that's actually good because it's just like, I guess the pressure's a lot, but you're not responsible for any losses. So
yeah. Well,
no one can get
when you're
mad at
8,
you.
the pressure's pretty low as a baseline. 9.
I don't know. It
whatever
depends.
Was, but
Not for me.
Yeah.
I'll take
no,
the pressure,
we were that team was sick. Like we had all of these kids who were like, coming out of the womb with like barrel voices and and so we had just these giant children in Queens just feeding off of Jersey nuclear runoff or something. And so we were just a dominant team, and I was keeping good stats.
Yeah, you were there. You were. Yeah, I mean that's probably the most consequential one as far as your like randomness of fandom, because the Pirates, that's a real blow. That's tough, to be stuck with them.
Yeah, my adult life has been pretty good to me with the Saints, though it's bad now. But the Pirates are always bad. Like we have we have like a couple of years every once in a while where they're like watchable, but now they are like, I think they scored 42 runs this year.
I mean, did they?
I remember when I was in Austin. So the good thing about liking the Pirates, so the guy who owned the comedy club in Austin was from Pittsburgh, and he really liked the Pirates. So it was pay attention to the Pirates, so when Rich is in town, you can talk to him and then you'll get booked because you like the Pirates. It definitely got some people some work that they followed the Pirates and could commiserate. So
nice.
Yeah.
Now,
if you ever meet Rich Miller,
Riyadh to get booked in Austin.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big one right now. That you could definitely get booked there with that.
It could be part of something really exciting. I don't know. Yeah.
We do not want to get booked on Riyadh's Kill Tony.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, boy, that's comedy, baby. We love it, and it's just it's an honorable business.
Have exactly 1 minute.
We love it.
Yeah, that's a tough one to be sleeping in your car for, the night before. Just getting cooked.
I wonder if that's... Women can't drive. I wonder if they can sleep in their car to pursue their comedy dreams, or if that's not allowed for them either. If it's not moving, is that okay?
I think it was, and this is like a very cursed clause of a sentence, but it was something like, I think Louis was on Bill Maher or something, like on the discussing why he did the show or did the festival, and he said it's something along the lines of like, yeah, it's pretty progressive. I mean, they got a woman comedian. It's like, wow, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. Jessica Kirson got a standing a lesbian Jew, and it's like, oh, well, then it's fine then. No, usually the people in Riyadh are sleeping in their cars to work in a hotel.
That's right.
Right. To pursue their dream of exploitation.
Big part of Kill Tony for them. You have to surrender your passport as part of.
I was going to say someday they will get, if this minute goes well, they give me back my passport and I can contact my family.
Oh, brother.
Anyway,
So, Charles, just a quick Pirates thing. Did I see that the pitching coach quit? Is that true?
Baseball. You know what? I have spared myself reading the offseason because it's not great. I thought that he had gotten fired. Oscar Marine is gone. I know that, and he's been their pitching coach for a while. It's sort of the only thing about the Pirates that works.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if you're him, I wouldn't. Unless you got something lined up. Like, I think I'd want to keep pitching or coaching Paul Skeens, quote unquote, coaching, and let him make me look good.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You go out to the mound and you're like, just keep doing that. Whatever.
It's truly you Strawberry hit a home run from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like that, but just the pitching version of that.
Yeah. I hear you could throw 100. I hear you could throw 100. Do you want to do that? Throwing 100 would be good here.
Here's my suggestion. Pitching coach seems like an interesting one though, because I do feel like it probably requires the most psychological insight of any kind of baseball position coaching. But that's my idea based on not watching or really playing any baseball. It seems like almost like a guru position more than a coach.
I mean, a big part of the job is you go out to the mound and do like the horse soothing thing when the pitcher's in kind of a jam or like a little having a hard time.
Right.
So that
you feed them a sugar cube out of your hand.
You're not far off as far as that goes.
Right. That's an illegal substance. It's apple flavored ivermectin. You cannot bring that out to the mound. No, and I mean the other half of it is pretending to have an important conversation.
Yes.
When a guy who gave up 4 straight hits, you're trying to get another guy warmed up. So
Right,
you're
you're
like,
killing time.
just nod at me until the umpire walks out here and tells us to move this shit along, because I'm just stretching. I am stretching while this guy out there who thought
Got
who was
a
like
vamp.
having a protein shake now realizes he has to come into this game.
So, you know, that's
Let me tell you something.
The podcast is now in session. Everything you say is under oath starting now, Big Cat. Here's a little more.
Number 5.
number 5.
Shelby said, "No more baseball."
That's fine. No more
Number 5.
baseball.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
That's
I
fair.
need
Number
a shot
5
collar sometimes.
comes to us from NC Hammer 326 in the Discord. This is a story about space, and there's a NASA intern, 17 years old, with a cool name, Wolf Kukier, Cukier, was interning at NASA, I guess on a high school credit or something, and on his 3rd day, he found a new planet. So pretty good start to the internship there. The details of that are, I don't really know what's going on, in terms of but it's very just like, hey, what's that? Oh, weird. We never looked over there. Very.
That's Bart slapping Skinner's telescope.
That's right.
I'm sure there's more to it, but that is how I imagine it goes, where they're just like, oh, we never noticed that one before. You missed a spot. You missed a spot, but it's a planet.
So
what's that? Definitely said.
You go. Oh, I was going to say, at least he and his wife will get to escape into the mountain when the meteor is coming.
Yes, that's big.
Yeah. That's the privilege you get if you discover a planet, is they tell you ahead of time. Even though you're an unpaid intern, you get that memo.
Right, and he's 17. They pencil in a spot for a spouse, so he gets to he can fill in the blank later. So I guess he was looking for. So his job was just to review data that came back from a satellite telescope that was just basically looking for planets, and he was looking for a planet that orbits 2 stars. I'm not sure what was making. I guess that's something they were already looking for.
Did not know that was a thing, but sure.
Yeah, and now
Makes
I'm picturing
doing a perfect figure 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's doing the technical program from the Olympics.
Yeah. So and this is a very BBC sentence here. So just 3 days in, when most of us would still be making the tea, he was looking at a solar system many light years away from ours and noticed something blocking the light of 2 stars. So making the tea, that classic.
Getting to NASA and being like, so I make the tea, right? And they just are like, what kind of, this is like KGB code somehow.
Where are you from?
Who is this?
Blocking the light of 2 stars is what they say whenever I try to jam in a punchline.
Oh my God. So he found this planet. He brought it to his boss, and his boss is 19. I'm assuming no.
It's the NASA big balls, big space balls. He's down there running things.
He found something, and he found a planet that's almost 6.9 times as large as Earth. Come on, man. And its name is TOI.
Say 7.
1338b, right? Almost 6. Okay, almost 6.9. It means what? 6.87 or something? Like, what do we? Yeah. So it is a planet that orbits 2 stars. So it basically is like Tatooine, in most ways, in all ways. Actually, there's actually a bar on. There's a tough guy bar there as well. So this guy, he did pretty cool. And he got. Let's see. He has a NASA fleece that he wears with pride, because I guess he's done with the internship. He did not get it as a gift. He bought it with a discount in the employee shop. I'm
glad they clarified.
Yeah,
no handouts.
If you discover 2 planets, they give you a full zip.
You get a
Right.
coupon. You get a coupon for Pizza Hut. It's actually like what was that called? The reading
Book It.
challenge. Yeah, book it.
Book it. Yeah. I think you get. They reward you with as much of that freeze dried ice cream as you can eat, which is
Which they
not a
never
lot.
ate.
I feel.
Right. And it's
Not
like
a lot. They have to put you in prison for you to eat the freeze-dried ice cream. They're like, you are in space prison, and this is what you get to eat.
That was the trick of that stuff. Yeah, I don't think that the real astronauts were eating that. I think that was prison food. That they were like, we have extra of this. We can sell it off at the museums of science around the country.
no, they sell the real shit at the NASA employee shop. It's not street legal for civilians. They have the real stuff there.
If an hour of waterboarding doesn't get you to talk, they give you space ice cream.
The Neapolitan. That's the one I remember.
Yeah. So
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go for it.
His name is like, I feel like it's a nominative determinism thing where like if your name is Wolf and you grew up near NASA, you have to want to be an astronaut. That's like Wolf Kookier. That's like a really cool astronaut name.
Yeah.
I feel like his parents were gunning for that, you know.
Oh, is he? Wow. Okay, so he's actually he's like a Okay, I thought this says here that he's 17, and that's because this is an old article. That's why.
Motherfucker,
Okay.
the Discord has betrayed us again.
It's from 22. This is a pre-COVID article, done 2020. But he is now, because I was gonna say he's 17. He's an astronomy and astrophysics PhD student. It's like holy crap! But
It's a Doogie Howser situation.
But now he's 22, and that makes sense a little bit more. Not that he's not still a very accomplished young man. So congratulations.
Wolf
NC Hammer
Kookier.
326. What are you doing here? What are
How
you
is
doing?
this how is this even coming up?
Puggle.
It's kind of a puggle.
Wolf Kookier is a puggle. It's like 2,000 years of human genetic engineering, and we have turned the wolf into a puggle.
Wolf parentheses Kookier.
Yeah.
That's how you would describe it. Happy for him that it seemed to work out. He's on track. I mean, that is a good thing to put on your college admissions resume, is that you discovered a planet.
Found a planet.
That is hard to beat.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Let's see if we got any more information about this planet, because it's been 5 years now of studying potentially. So
It's been around.
Let's see.
Has anyone been to the Tough Guy bar yet?
That's right. Okay, so the TOI stands for Test Objects of Interest. So, sure. And they wanted to... A petition was launched calling for the planet to be renamed Sophie in honor of late Scottish musician Sophie. I don't know what the connection is there, but they did not rename...
That's
They
nice.
did... Yeah, a different planet got renamed, I guess, after Sophie, but not this planet. So, lots to learn.
I
here,
wonder how
lots
they
to know.
pick. If there's
I don't know.
are there like more favorable planets to be named after? Like, I guess I'd want one with rings. I do think that would be nice if they're going to name one after me. That's what I would request, that I have rings.
Yeah,
Just a line of Scottish musicians dying for all the new planets being discovered by the NASA interns.
I guess you would maybe want like themed solar systems or something, you know? If there's like multiple planets, maybe like go for the same category. So there's like one specific solar system with all of the Scottish musicians or something, just to keep it, easy to remember. I feel like that would be nice. So we'll all
like
be in the
naming the streets in
podcaster
a new
solar
development.
system. Right, exactly.
Yeah, so this is about 1,300 light years away from Earth, so I don't think they've gotten there yet, but hopefully soon. And hopefully there's no, chamber with a bunch of vials of black goo. That's what I'm now also concerned about, which, you got to be careful about. Don't touch the black goo.
Yeah, any kind of new goo you want to stay away from, I think.
Yeah.
On another planet or this planet, really.
There's not a lot of good. There's not good black goo here either. Yeah, it's typically not. It could be a Venom scenario. You don't want. I mean, maybe you do want that. I don't know. He seems pretty happy to have Venom, actually. So,
I just watched Weapons the other night, and there's goo in that, which surprised me. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a movie with goo, and then there's some goo in it.
There is some goo.
Only one real instance of it, and it kind of comes out of nowhere, but you definitely don't want the goo, for sure.
Charles, did you see weapons, Charles?
I mean, crude oil is goo, which
weapons.
we need. It was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I liked it.
My only space advice is name it, don't probe it. So if there is black goo, you just let that black goo lie.
Let it be. Let it ooze.
I think you go in there and you take your helmet off because the air is breathable. You did some analysis and you just kind of get up real close to any creatures, and maybe they'll attack you. But that's the problem with the people on the ship. They have to decide.
I don't want to get
something
biblical.
Scuttling. Go give a look.
I don't want to get biblical, but probe unto others as you would have them probe unto you.
That is a good rule.
I personally would prefer
advice.
not to be probed. So yeah, that makes sense. That fits following the golden rule. So that's this planet, which as we know now is between 5 and 6 years discovered. So kind of old news.
The planet of not Sophie.
Yeah, congratulations to this middle-aged man who discovered it.
His children are now interning at NASA.
When he was a teenager. Yeah, he's now the head of NASA, actually, after a long career. That's cool. We like new planets, at least for now, until they. Well, you know what? If they send somebody, look, we could probably use the help.
Jury's out.
Yeah,
jury's out. We'll see. It remains to be seen. Folks, on this week's bonus episode, I confront Patty about him forcing me to be his Instagram reply guy.
After we hash that out, we do a soup tier list and talk about all our favorite and not so favorite soups. You can get that, plus every week the regular episode with no ads at patreon.com/whatatimepod. Check it out.
Should you do number 4?
Let's do it.
Now, look at my podcast guest dog. I'm going to the laugh zone. Okay. Come on.
Yo, turn that beat up.
Number 4.
Turn that beat up. We have so many beats on our podcast that the people are demanding we turn up.
That's right.
This story comes to us from Otter Chaos in the Discord. This is a new story. October 2nd, 2025. So very recent. This is weird to me. It says updated, it's posted at a certain time, updated at another time. So they had to make some kind of editorial change to the story. It is unclear. They do not have a note about what this update is.
Follow the money.
Once I tell you what it is, you'll go, it seems interesting that they have to that this was a breaking story. But, so the story's about Burger King. When was the last time you guys went to Burger King?
Been a while.
Home of the Whoppy?
I'm going to say Home of the Whoppy. Burger Zing.
It was probably like on a highway, if I had to guess. I'm thinking probably within the last, I think I've been within the last year, but just because it was like 10 o'clock and we were driving up to Whitney's family's place.
That's exactly right. Now that you said that out loud, I think that's exactly right. In the last year or two, I think I have gone to a center median Burger King.
Yeah. but that's
Burger King.
But that's not really like much of an endorsement. That's I need something to eat.
No.
Burger King, the restaurant of last resort, is basically the slogan for this. Center median, a real center median restaurant. There's one on one side of the highway and one on the other, and they have to do death-defying supply runs across the highway to ensure the Whoppies get where they need to go.
We got to bring these long nuggets. We got these long nuggets.
Yeah, the long nuggets really a misfire. I feel like for some reason when they're long, they're like uncanny. It's like, this isn't natural. It's like, it's a chicken nugget. It's not natural.
Yeah.
None of them are natural.
I used to like those, the ones that were like they had good seasoning compared to McNuggets. They had like a little something going on.
That is true. That they had like a little spice to them, a little kick.
But they've since turned them into basically chicken fries, I believe. But this is not. They were not. So they've lengthened them further.
Yeah. Can you make this
those are the ones I was thinking
extruded?
of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Can you maximize the extrusion factor? Make it look like this came out of a giant toothpaste tube for me.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the thing is it really highlights the processed nature. The nugs you're talking about, Patty, I did like those. Though like they were sort of like kind of flared on either end.
Yeah.
You know? And they were like, maybe 3 inches or something. The chicken fries really creep me out. They're like the tubes. Yeah. No good.
In the words of George Brett, a perfect double taper.
Precisely. Yeah. Anyway, this story is about Burger King. I also have not been in probably 20 years. I don't know when the last time I went to a Burger King was. So apparently a theory about why that is what this article is about, which is their creepy king mascot, despite being in a lot of memes, really turned people off. That really was like they debuted it in 2004, discontinued him in 2011. And I feel like pre-2004, I feel like Burger King had a lot more, cultural prevalence. And this king really creeped people out, especially kids who, that is like the fast food business model is that your child won't shut the fuck up until you feed it long tenders. You really need that driving the business to fast food places. And kids were really creeped out by the king. And so they weren't going. They were going to McDonald's instead. And
they're like afraid they're afraid
gap.
He was going to be there, as opposed to Ronald McDonald, who's not creepy at all. By the way,
right?
So he's normal and not scary.
Yeah, right. Ronald McDonald is creepy to adults when you see it next to a child. Whereas Burger King in the rictus face was just like a funny, ironic joke to adults. And uncanny valley terrifying to children.
Yeah. Kind of a misstep. That's not how you're not trying to be like, oh, that's pretty funny. Time to go get some Burger King. That's not really how that, that's not really, yeah.
I mean, I think, I think that's the ad campaign though, right? Other than screaming children, the fast food model is high as fuck.
I guess that's true.
And so the Burger King, I think, was trying to strike at that core stoner audience. And so I guess they don't have the spending cash that parents of young children do.
It's a very Adult Swimified kind of, which makes sense given the timing. They did. I didn't know they had like historically kings, because obviously this is like we're going back like 70 years, the royal lineage. But the I like this little guy. I sent him in the chat. And one thing I really like about this link from Wikipedia is the file is called kurgerbing.jpg. I'm not sure why.
Kurger_Bing.
Are they roasting him or what? But he looks like a little, guy from a cartoon, friendly looking guy.
He's friendly.
He's kind of like a
benevolent monarch.
He looks like the King's Hawaiian Rolls guy.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. He also reminds me of Little Caesars, the pizza guy.
Yes.
Which, you can't go wrong.
Maybe he's related.
Like
a lot of these, are dynastic. Like maybe this is like a fast food Habsburg thing where they like are all, doing strategic marriages to keep all of the fast food royalties in their family.
Right. Once you start to notice the trend, you realize who we're ruled by in all these dynasties.
Yeah, I mean he's called up the National Guard in McDonald's land.
Mary McCheese.
Yeah. So like imposing his will on Mayor McCheese, it's a whole constitutional crisis in the fast food country.
They've got political prisoners in that like burger that's with the mouth that looks like a jail. Like I don't really understand what's going on there, but they're in there.
Right. You shake those bars, the jail gets hopping.
So and I think it's not right. And hopefully the courts will come to their senses and put a stop to this. But,
well, they haven't been able to put away the Hamburglar, so I'm not putting faith in the courts of McDonald's land.
I mean, he's the Secretary of State now. It's crazy. I can't believe this.
He got pardoned. He's allowed to run for office again. It's a mess.
We gotta. There was wasn't there a pirate guy in McDonald Land? What's his role in all this? We gotta ask these questions. There was a pirate there.
I'm old enough that I should remember this, but don't. I feel like that's correct.
Captain Crook. Yeah.
Also, definitely in the cabinet, Captain Crook.
Must have been. He must have been like the Filet-O-Fish liaison. That sounds like.
Let's see. Yeah. Yes. Filet-O-Fish. He's like the Hamburglar, but for Filet-O-Fish.
Oh.
So
on the high seas.
Yeah.
He's
the
stealing...
least protected asset.
Just take him, dude. It's fine.
It makes me wonder if Captain Crook is Catholic, because I feel like that's the main demo for the Filet-O-Fish.
That's true. That's true. I guess he just stopped being a concern. They just let him do what he wants now, and it's fine for him.
He's in international waters. He can fish for the Filet-O-Fish offshore. It's unregulated. It's kind of a mess, but I like the way he's described, and so because I Googled him. Mashed.com says Captain Crook was originally introduced as a kind foil to Ronald McDonald. A kind foil, just a very interesting phrase.
He's like a gentleman thief. He's like he's like Robert Redford in The Old Man and the Gun. He's just like he's got a little twinkle in his eye, and you can't stay mad at him. Basically, he's not hurting anybody.
Right.
So yeah,
he's not hurting anybody. No one wants those fillets of fish. It's fine.
Thank you for the correct, the correct, not fillet of fish, fillets o fish.
Yes,
fillets o fish. Yeah, absolutely.
William Sapphire orders Whoppers Jr. Yeah. So they and now Burger King, of course, has their famous campaign that we all know that they've replaced the king with, which is yep, we all know it, and it's very effective.
Earworm, blow your brains out.
Well, seriously, I don't even know. Do they? I mean, that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I did see they brought back.
The guy singing the off-key Whopper song, the worst.
It sounds like the Detroiters theme to me for some reason. Those two things are associate, just like a heart.
Whopper, no. Yeah, this is worse than the King.
This is like the Cars for Kids people met a black guy.
Well, this is exciting. Okay, the song is called Whopper Whopper. I'm looking at the Wikipedia. It's on Spotify, which it should not be.
Good.
Wow.
Can you imagine? The only thing making it worse is hearing it with ads.
Wonderful sentence at the end here. More recently, Steve Aoki, who will do anything, and MTV created a remix for the song, which got a good amount of recognition. Citation needed for that last part. So. So they teamed up with...
That should be how he's credited. Steve Aoki, who will do anything.
Benihana Air, Steve Aoki.
Yeah.
Is this it?
The man disappeared into the sunken place.
Oh, shit.
This is the Steve Aoki Whopper remix.
This is when the bottle girls bring out your
Whoppers?
Your Whoppers.
Your Whopper cocktail.
Could a father not marry his son?
You know what? Not for nothing, but I want a burger now.
There you go. Home of the
it
Whoppy.
was the truck sounds for me because it made me feel like I was in the highway median Burger King. And it makes me hungry.
Yeah. I just get hungry when I hear Jeremy Irons asking questions.
Could a father not marry his son?
Oh, my God.
It's dog shit.
Wow.
That was another case, by the way, that where he was represented by Alan Dershowitz.
Should we do number 3?
Let's do number 3.
Let me tell you something.
Counselor, we know Juris Pod ends, so no funny business. Please proceed home slice.
Number 3.
Yep. And that is something you say a lot as an attorney. I know jurisprudence, by the way. That's a way you ward people off from being so.
No, I believe that was jurisprudence.
Oh, I heard. Yes, I know. I was. Yes.
Podcast law.
Father not marry his son.
I mean, brief it,
legal
counselor.
question.
There's nothing in the rule book.
All right, so number 3 comes to us from Hamburger Hinderer. Speaking of burger-related
Burger criminals.
criminals, yeah, burger crimes. This is we got a new bug in Australia. So, just to give the headline here: stick insect as large as a branch and as heavy as a golf ball has been discovered in Australia. That is not super evocative to me of large as a branch. It could be a lot of things. Heavy as a golf ball.
It's a little bit large boulder, the size of a small boulder. You know?
Right.
It's like it's a branch. That's a relative. I feel like I get branch more than I get weight of a golf ball. That's like a little anticlimactic to me because for a bug that is certainly heavy, but it just doesn't sound heavy. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing to me is when you say it's the weight of a golf ball, now the bigger the bug is, the less intimidating it is, right? Because now if it's a foot-long bug, it's like dental floss.
Right, the weight
It's
is
hard.
spread out.
Like it's no longer even remote. You're like, what is this? It's like a cobweb.
I could drop kick this hundreds of yards. Get this out of here.
I would kill it with a scissors.
Golf balls, yeah, right. They are, famously dense. So yeah,
Right.
Spreading something out doesn't really. Yeah,
Right.
I think that's the disconnect. I think, but in any event,
Right.
This bug is a golf ball as it approaches a black hole.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets
Okay.
spaghettified. It does make it feel like, there's a picture of it. It is freaky, but the fact that it's a stick insect, so it looks like a stick, and the fact that it is so big and not super heavy, it makes me think it would crunch under my foot like a leaf, And a crunchy bug is not that scary to me. A bug with guts in it is to me the worst. A bug that looks like a fat little worm is the worst type of bug to me.
A bug that's big enough and has enough guts that you think it might have a social security number. That's what you're trying to,
Okay,
avoid.
I just posted an image of it in the chat, and I will say at that level, it's pretty gross. It is like the legs spread out hand size, and then it really does extend pretty far. And I think at the very least, I'd be very disoriented by it if it started moving.
Yeah. I don't like it because its legs look like the bottom of a virus. You know that picture of a virus from a science textbook? It has that tripod. It does seem malevolent to me, even though it is not a bug with major organs the way that like you said, those are the worst. They're ones that are going to leave a smear on your wall when you kill it.
Yeah.
Thumbs down to those.
And these guys, they had to go find them. They're just minding their own business. So, you're not going to have to kill these guys, I don't think.
What could I ask you to leave me alone more than looking exactly like a stick? What are you, a puppy? Leave me alone.
We had to go up. Let's see. What did they say? An altitude of roughly 3,000 feet in the ancient rainforest of the wet tropics. Yeah, these guys they're not looking for trouble here. Okay,
they are minding their own business. Yeah,
this is the North Sentinelese insect. Let it be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always nice to know that there's some other horrifying thing that's in Australia. They're in there. It's very interesting. I mean, I know they're far apart, and I'm sure there's all kinds of ecological reasons and all that kind of stuff. But when we were in New Zealand, there's just nothing like gross, basically. You know what I mean? And, you know, from an animal perspective that I was aware of, at least.
Right.
You know, like there's like the Weta, which is the big bug that's like the one that you know, Weta Workshop is named after. But they're like kind of cool. They're like a big cricket. You know, they're not. They're very big.
They're not nasty.
Wow.
But
I will say I'm
and
sorry.
they're hard
those
to find
are nasty
too.
to me.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean, they're
but as long as they mind their business, they're hard to find. That's okay with me.
Right. They're critically endangered. Like, you know, we didn't see any when we were there, and we were out in the wilderness a lot, so they were not readily you know, available. They're certainly not something you have to deal with, like being in your house, as opposed to.
Yeah.
It seems like there's like every time you like read about Australia or you like dig into it at all, there's like some, you know, deadly poisonous spider the size of a bowling ball that actually like has squatters' rights, and you have to, like, you know, right. they're required to pay some rent, but it's a very low level, right. And you can't do anything
like
about
the MS-13 building in Ohio or whatever.
They're taking over, demanding tribute. Yeah,
they have rights somehow, and they're also deadly poisonous and will try to poison you.
They vote as a coalition. Once they get a significant population in your neighborhood, they take over the school board, and their book selection is terrible.
They've carved out a slice. They punch way above their weight. It's troubling. So you know, that's Australia, baby. Though that's, you know, that's just part of the
comes with the territory, literally.
Yeah, pretty much. But I like these guys.
This is my big, like, I really feel like this is my big misgiving about this vacation I'm going on to Southeast Asia, where I'm like, you know, because I'm going by myself for a long time and I'm doing a lot of travel, and people are like, are you like worried about your safety or whatever? And I'm like, absolutely not. I feel like completely comfortable traveling by myself. What I am afraid of is the bugs. That is like the main concern I have, is that they have a lot of big juicy bugs there, and I don't want to see them. I hope they leave me alone, where people are like, wow, so you're going to like you're hiking in the jungle, like, are you worried about disease or whatever? I'm like, I'm worried about seeing a bug. That's my main fear. Yeah.
So now here's having different, like, I end up getting fed a lot of Asian street cooking videos because I can't stop watching them. And so you end up in a place where people have different squeamishnesses. Will you eat the bugs?
You know, I don't really have like a desire to, like,
right. No, but I probably would, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'd get a little adventurous if that were what was on offer.
I think I'm not opposed to it. I don't think I'm going to go out of, like, to seek it out.
Right.
But I will say, Whitney told me, because Whitney has traveled in this part of the world, and she ate a deep fried tarantula, and she was like, it tasted like beef jerky. And that to me sounds good. So I might give it a try. Because, like, I guess if you heavily season it enough, then I'm like okay with it. I just don't like when it looks like the bug still. That's like the big problem for me, you know?
That's me with most any kind of fauna to be eaten. Yeah, can we?
Yeah,
kind of,
like you're not going with the whole fish that bothers you.
And that doesn't bother me as much, but like anything that reminds me of, or like any kind of part of the animal that is, you know, like not meat. You know what I mean? Like, so like beef tongue, right? It's like, oh, tongue, which makes me think of head, which makes me think, you know what I mean? Mouth, like animal.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just not my thing. And there's a certain amount of like, if I'm this squeamish about eating, you know, owning up to eating animal protein, I should probably maybe reconsider what that's all about. But also, I'm lazy, so
there were 20 years in between my attempts to have chicken feet at dim sum. Because the first time was an accident where the woman with the cart kept trying to dissuade me. Because I thought it was like, I just like,
what did you
I
like trip with your mouth
chicken.
open? Like, whoa.
No. I thought she said chicken, and I didn't look at it this closely, and I kept, but she was clearly saying chicken feet, and I refused. My brain wouldn't process it. And so I was like, no, yeah, I do want that. And I didn't look at it closely, and I just popped one in my mouth and bit down not how you eat chicken feet. It's just like a mouth of bone and cartilage and rubbery skin, and was like instantly my whole body like convulsed. And then I looked at the rest of them, and they could not have looked more like chicken feet. Like, I don't know. Obvious. I don't know how I didn't see it immediately. and then 20 years later, I finally was like, because everyone's like, they're actually fantastic as long as you don't bite down on them like a psychopath. And they are. They're great, but it was like 20 years before I could tell myself.
Do you like suck on them or something?
Yeah, you like suck the meat out from between the bone and the skin, and the sauce is like a really spicy sauce. But you don't eat it like you're fucking Taz. Just
crunching down. Yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty adventurous eater in terms of like I will eat any culture's food without like, I don't need to like check the ingredients first or whatever. Like, I'll go for it. But I do, like, there's a reason that stuff is picked last. It's all like, that's not the first thing that goes, even in the cultures that eat chicken feet and have chicken. Like, you cook all the good parts of the chicken first. And so, like, that's what I want. Like, I'm not a big organ person. I'll eat it, and like I've had it and it's good, but it's like I'm not picking that. And I feel okay in that decision because like that's not what they're picking either. That's what's left. So,
that's I mean all of that stuff being palatable at all or like edible is a like sort of a in spite of. It's like a triumph of, the people involved. It's not
as long as one of us uses every part of the animal, that's fine.
I'm like, I will eat anything put in front of me. Like if somebody is cooking me bugs, I'm of course gonna eat the bugs and I'll probably like it and it'll be fine. But like, I'm not looking at a menu and picking it,
For some reason, I'm hearing that as like in pirate speak. If somebody is cooking me bugs, like
they probably had to eat a lot of bugs on those ships. I bet those ships were full of bugs.
They definitely had bugs. There's no question about that. You're gonna have bugs. You're
gonna have bugs.
You're stinky.
Look, they're in the oranges, and you need the oranges.
That's right.
That's true. Yeah. In the flour, they're getting into the hardtack.
You gotta eat that. You gotta just eat that lime. One bug they didn't have on those ships is the giant Acrophila alta, the giant walking stick. Good look. I say leave them alone. Hopefully we sort of leave them alone even in a passive way, and we don't continue to destroy their habitats or whatever's going on. But for now. And I will just say, again, classic Australia stuff here. It says they are now the biggest. They're even bigger than the giant burrowing cockroach, which was the prior champ of the Australian big bugs. Damn it! Which kind of looks like it looks like a mix between a cockroach and one of those giant tunnelers they use to make the subway tunnel. Kind of looks like that. They can be kept as pets, frequently sold as a pet. So
frequent.
Well, look, maybe there's a point at which you get so big that you're not as gross. Maybe there is like a threshold. I don't think this is it for me personally, but
I don't know.
It is just. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say there may be a threshold, but I don't know that seeing. I'm in the middle of saying I don't know that seeing a giant burrowing cockroach the size of a Yorkie would be good. And then I'm like, I don't know, that's an armadillo. I'm looking at this thing, and that's basically an armadillo, which are cute as hell. And so it might just be the antenna.
Yeah, it might be the antenna. I think it maybe is the little hairs on its legs.
Yeah.
I don't like those.
Yeah.
But also, I do feel like you could be primed to be okay with this because, like, I'm cool with a lobster. And how different is that than this, They're not really that.
They're big bugs. There's no arguing that, I don't think. Not with a straight face.
And I'm fine with it. Like, obviously, I like to eat them, but, like, even a live lobster, I'm like, oh, cool,
Yeah. They'll pinch you. They'll get you.
Maybe because they don't scurry. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
That might be why they don't. Yeah, they're too
I think
slow
that's
to
a
scurry.
function of mostly seeing them in the window of the restaurant.
It's
I
true.
think if
They're not doing a lot of
the
scurrying.
lobster were on the ground, there'd be a bit more scurrying.
They might be trying to get away. Yeah, that's
If your lobster spirit's been broken, they don't scurry.
That's true.
Do you know what they
Patty,
do
did
to us
you,
if
as
they
a
get
New
us?
Englander? Yeah, they'd be scurrying faster. Did you ever, as a New Englander, did you ever do the lobster boat field trip? Did you ever do that as a kid?
I don't think so. I don't think I know this. What is specifically like? Like on a lobster, like a lobster fisherman boat, like that type of thing. Oh no, I don't think so. No. I've
done that as a tourist, where they're like pulling up the traps and stuff.
Yep.
We
did it in like second grade. We did like a unit on lobsters, like marine life, learning lobster facts, and then they took us on a lobster boat.
I don't know how many, I don't know how close we were to any place where they actually did do any like lobstering. You know what I mean? Just where
you might have
grew
been
up.
too far.
But we did do sort of there's a place in Norwalk, Connecticut called, I believe now it's called the Maritime Aquarium, which I was a big proponent of. It was the Maritime Center when I was a kid, and it's just like that all things Long Island Sound and ocean basically, and that was probably a place where there was some discussion of that kind of stuff. But strong recommend for the Maritime Aquarium.
I'm on record on this podcast as being like extremely pro whale watch. That's like my shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love a whale watch. When I went to your wedding, I was trying to fit in a whale watch. It didn't work, but that was definitely on my agenda when I was up there. I was like, let me see if I can rope people into a whale watch.
I am
so
for
good.
whale watch. I've gone on a couple of whale watches, and I'm like, it's pretty
one.
cold out here and no whales. No.
Yeah.
No, this was a water
I'm
watch.
so sorry. Yeah.
Water watch.
It was like, oh, look, that is vast.
Sure is the ocean. Yep.
Gull watch. Look, it's another gull. Wow. What kind is that? Oh, the same kind?
It's a bay watch where the focus is the literal bay.
So good for these bugs is what I say. Leave them alone.
Leave them alone. Number 2?
Yeah.
Number one. Is Terry Melcher still alive? Because we've got another Charles he might be interested in.
Number 2.
Couldn't save it till number 1. Needed to play.
I don't get that reference.
Terry Melcher is the guy who was like that Manson was trying to kill when he went to the Polanski house.
I was like, why do I know that name?
I believe he was the
You're
guy.
Right. He's the hairstyle. No, that's Jay Sebring. But yeah.
He was the guy who lived there before the Roman Polanski. And Sharon Tate, I believe. That is, wow.
I think you're right.
He also co-wrote Kokomo, if I remember correctly, because he was sort of Beach Boy adjacent as well, very, very generally.
I will say, I don't think Terry Melcher was interested in Charles. I think that was maybe the problem.
I mean, there was some. I mean, he was interested in the sense of where is he right now? Is he skulking around anywhere in my vicinity? Is he on my property?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
I'm so glad we identified that reference because that is so funny. That's insane.
Oh boy. Yeah. So,
anyway.
Number
2 comes to us from Otter Chaos. This, speaking of things that are like, minding their own business, like away from shit. This is another animal story. This is so cool to me. I think this is awesome. So I believe on the show before we've talked about how fucked up and scary vultures are. I feel like this is something Eli knows a lot about, probably for cracked reasons. I feel like we've talked about this. So this is a story about bearded vultures who are especially kind of portents of doom, I would say, because this article describes them as, quote, the only vulture species that specializes in eating bones, crunching into a carcass's skeleton. So they would love chicken feet.
Yes.
You know that. Adding to the bird's intimidating profile, they paint their feathers by bathing in red-orange mud. So deeply frightening, these guys, in my opinion.
Living up in big
very scary
fucking caves like Immortan Joe.
Yeah, right.
Yes, that's what we're going to be discussing. They live in caves like Immortan Joe.
Now, do they have? Is this like the classic? Like, what is like the cartoon vulture? Like, which vulture is that? You know what I mean? Like,
I believe that's a turkey vulture.
Okay,
I think. Honestly, these guys, the bearded vultures, are actually pretty cool looking.
They look pretty cool.
Yeah, the big bald-headed, fucked-up-looking ones are turkey vultures.
Okay, yes.
These guys are cool. They're not totally abject the way turkey vultures are. I just put an image of one in the chat. They're definitely like dinosaur coded to me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And they've got
this one looks eagle-ish.
Yeah.
Like, they look more like your classic bird of prey.
Yeah,
I feel
he's got like a that you know that beak can eat some bones, man. That beak is tough looking to me.
Yeah, that's a cruncher for sure. So yeah, they live in caves. These ones, I don't know how widespread they are, but these ones are in southern Spain, the ones that we're going to be talking about. They live on these cliffside caves, and some scientists went in. When is this story from? Is this recent? Okay, yes, this is recent.
Yeah, I think
Thank
this is
goodness. 2000. The stuff comes. I guess they started doing this in the last decade, which is why I got confused. But scientists have gone in to like rappelled down the sides of these cliffs and gone and looked at their nests in these caves because they've been nesting in here so long that there are a bunch of like archaeological artifacts that make up their nests. And so they found a 650-year-old shoe in there, like a woven sandal as like part of this nest. It's fucking sick. They found, I guess, like, I think they said 200 human artifacts in here, like tons of stuff. They're just taking our junk. Yeah. Along with more than 200 other human artifacts, including some from the Middle Ages. Analyzing more human-made and natural objects preserved in vulture nests could give researchers new insight into human history, as well as the history of the ecosystem. So, yeah, they're like little time capsules that birds have been, I don't know, shitting and pissing in and raising babies in for centuries. So, pretty sick,
a horde of ancient artifacts. Are you sure this wasn't England?
This idea of like hundreds of years in the future, just think of the garbage that they'll find in nests from like our American cities. You know what I mean? Like parts of cereal boxes and chip bags.
Silly bands. And, they're all made of silly bands.
This was clearly a very important artifact to the.
This Furby was a fertility figurine.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw apparently in I think it was Thailand, like Labubus have become incorporated into some like religious iconography. I saw this sick tattoo of a Labubu that was like done in the style of like Tibetan Buddhist like mural or something. It was dope. I'm like that makes me think they're cool. If you can like make them into syncretic religious objects, then I'm like, these are allowed now, and I like them.
Just like a Labubu, like laying down like the Buddha in that in the Sagat stage in Street Fighter 2. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm too old. Labubus freak me out much more than say a stick bug the size of a Toyota.
Yeah, man, they're making Labubu amulets and shit. It's dope. I like it. I'm not on board for myself, but like, I don't know. This is a sick tattoo. I'm sending it to you. It's like a Sakyat, but a Labubu.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope, right? It's good. So yeah, they found a 675-year-old shoe. A piece of basketry from 150 years ago, and a scrap of sheep leather that they think is about 650 years old that is like decorated. It has like red like designs on it in ochre. This is sick, man. I love this. I think it's great. I bet it's real stinky in those caves, though.
Yeah, that ochre sheep leather really pulled the room together.
Yeah, they're breaking down their houses. This is messed up, man. You know that was a load bearing 600-year-old shoe.
It's wild to me that they've lived in the same place for centuries. Like they have like a whole like tradition, you know, a whole lineage in there.
Would be nice.
I guess I'm the only person who finds that interesting.
No, they're
No,
cool.
I just, you don't know how to tell a gentrification joke about vultures.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something about being able to afford a home or something. Yeah, sorry, a little delayed. Just you can hear the gears turning in the otherwise silence, trying to figure out. Yeah, but these
I'm just wondering if this is like a like the monkeys that take people's cameras and stuff. Are people being like, they took my fucking shoe? Like, oh man. Yeah, now I have to weave another one.
Yeah, the person whose shoe was taken stepped on something sharp and died of infection almost immediately.
Right. Some of the bones in the cave were also from that guy.
Right. Yeah, they immediately. That was great. It's huge for them. It's a win-win. You build the house and then you get a free lot of meals out of it once the guy kicks it. So that's huge for them. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
very efficient.
It's a win-win. They're the bone crunchers. They probably took the whole foot. You know.
Yeah.
The sandal was just a bonus.
Hey, I needed that for living.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Very
good.
cool.
Good. Yeah, I like it. I like old stuff. Good job.
Number one.
And this week's number one reason to say what a time to be alive.
We got a new guy to talk about, who is a successor to a guy that we have talked about many times before. This story comes to us from Bookmark 19. We got a new Guinness record holder for longest fingernails.
Oh no,
fingernail guy.
Oh my god,
new one.
Vietnamese artist, and he hasn't cut his fingernails in 3 decades. He is let's see, his name is forgive me for not being able to pronounce the Vietnamese name. Lur Kong Huynh has the world's longest fingernails on the pair of hands, male. Unbelievable measurement of 19 feet 6 inches. Now, here's a good sort of analogy. That's more than the height of the average adult giraffe.
Sorry, what?
I said, let me just put that name into Google. I definitely heard it correctly.
There you go. Enjoy.
There we go.
How long is it? I missed that too.
19 feet 6 inches, more than the height of the average adult giraffe. So if you've seen a giraffe,
nasty.
They're pretty big.
They spiral. They look like curly hair almost. So like the math of measuring these seems really challenging because you can't pull it straight. You know.
I guess you just like run a string along them, right, or something, and then just measure the string.
I suppose that's how you do it. You don't have.
It
to
also seems combined. There isn't a 19-foot long fingernail.
I think you're right. I think
he has 19 feet of fingernails.
Yeah, which is interesting.
What? Each one is 1.9 feet. Is that
something? Yeah, that's basically what it looks like.
I guess you need the total because otherwise you could have some joker only growing out one nail, and they'd be able to say they have the longest fingernail. Right. But this is fingernails. So.
Fingernails.
Well, I'm not impressed anymore.
Right, that's right.
He types an incredible 3 words per minute.
Yeah, I truly don't understand. I mean, they look nasty. I don't know how you do anything in your life. We've talked about this before, but I guess he's a shaman, or he was trying to become a shaman. And I don't know if that's if he got, if he passed through the program successfully. He's very careful about keeping his nails dry. Because if they get wet, they will soften and fall right off. In a crowded place, if someone bumps into them, they'll be broken for sure. So yeah, he's got to protect these things. He doesn't want to
I wonder
lose
if
his...
that Indian guy is like pissed off at this guy, if they're like rivals.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Guinness article. I don't know if we have like a historic leaderboard, if they run that on their website or not. It doesn't look like it.
No, as soon as a new guy is crowned, they just like push the other guy off the cliff. They just memory hole him. He's gone.
Yeah,
we have a new one.
Oh wow,
a new king is crowned.
Okay, so the longest ever is a lady named Diana Armstrong, who has not cut her. I don't know when this became, as of April 2024, 42 feet. So blowing this guy out big time.
Fuck off, this guy. It's weird that they're gendered.
Yeah,
I think that is weird that there are two different
hers are
records.
Very long, and this is quite wow. Okay, and then according to, and this is just the not to get bogged down in the in the minutia here. This is from the like shitty Google AI results, so the caveat emptor here, but it says she vowed to never cut them again after a tragic family accident. So you fill in whatever you think about what that's about. But that was the impetus for her becoming this. But they're also straight, so I guess she's got them. Maybe she's wrapping them or something.
It looks like she's wrapping them. So yeah, I feel like it's like a like a bound feet situation where you can shape them based on, constriction in some way.
She also vowed to never leave her bed.
I mean, you have to.
Things. Like,
a whole bottle of nail polish to paint one nail, she says.
Yeah.
Which, if those are your nails, you're not painting your own nails. That's over for you. You can't be doing that. I can't paint my own nails, and I have regular nails, so. Yeah, this is an undertaking.
Can you imagine?
I don't know why they separate by gender. That's crazy to me. There's no advantage. There's no difference here in this ability. You can be a weirdo no matter what your gender. It doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. Discriminate.
So the prior record holder was Sridhar Chilal, which was also not the guy that I was thinking of either. I'm thinking of an older Guinness guy. I remember a guy had a big long beard was the guy that I'm thinking of. But this guy stopped cutting his nails in 1952. So maybe it has been him the whole time, and I'm just imagining this other guy. But he, I guess, cut them in 2018 because it was causing a lot of problems, as you might expect. Like
what?
Well, they're very heavy, I guess. And he says he lost function in his left hand. He claims he had nerve damage to his left arm from the nail's weight, and it also caused deafness in his left ear from so just like really
from scratching.
Well,
right.
It caused deafness in his last ear from getting an itch once.
Jeez.
Yeah. To me, this makes me wonder, like, because if you're the Guinness person, I don't know, maybe you can like tour, maybe you can, do the Ripley's Believe It or Not circuit or something.
Right.
But if you're the second longest, then your life is just ruined and you have nothing.
You're just waiting.
You're waiting. Hope your nails grow faster.
Or you're waiting for the person ahead of you to croak, and then you can just overtake them with the passage of time. Yeah, it's really tough.
You're doing county fairs.
Right, yeah, you're doing the B circuit. It's pretty depressing.
The people in line are like, wait, did you say the second longest? Oh, who cares? Get some
the guy with kind of long nails.
Right. You're just like getting somebody to, like a hitman, to sneak in and cut the other person's nails while they're asleep so you can take the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I don't...
This guy...
Just hiding someone's vitamin D.
Yeah. The amount of biotin they must be supplementing with is borderline toxic, I'd imagine.
He says... I just kept growing them from then on, and they just keep getting longer. In short, if I were to trim them off, I'd feel really uncomfortable and exhausted, both mentally and physically. I mean, okay.
I kind of get that because I wear fake nails, and every few months I'll get them completely taken off so my nails can like it's so bad for your real nails. So I like yeah, that is basically what they do. It's the classic thing that's like very funny is like if you go to, because I don't go anywhere like super fancy. I go to this place across the street from my house, and it's very New York. Sometimes they will take them off with a Metro card, which I think is very funny. They just like slip it under and like get if it's already lifting. But anyway, when I take them off, I do feel really weird. Like I feel like my fingers are like these weird little nubs. It's not. I get what he's saying. I
feel like he's kind of got the equivalent of a needle phobia. Because while it might be weird for a second, you don't walk around holding your shoulder all day. Like you get used to, like once the needle is out, you're like, oh, I guess that wasn't so bad. And I think once he could like make a fist, he'd be like, huh.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
I probably should have done this 2.5 feet of nails ago.
I can text now. This is huge.
Oh, they didn't have that when I first started growing these things. This is great. I love this.
Maybe that's the reason he was like, I was on my phone too much, so I decided this was a good way to stop doing that.
That's a good way to stay off.
Maybe we should all do it. Anyway, congrats to this guy. Should we do plugs?
Yeah, let's do plugs.
Like and subscribe.
Y'all ready for this? Find our Patreon bonus episodes, merch, Discord, and more at whatatimepod.com. And follow us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at whatatimepod. Check out Kath's other podcast, Lie, Cheat, and Steal, about liars, frauds, thieves, and bullshitters. Theme song by Naughty Professor. Thanks for listening, and best of luck.
Charles, what you got to plug?
Well, there is my weekly Saints podcast, which comes out whenever I actually edit the episode, which is called City Saint Country Saint. You can just Google that, but it's SoundCloud/HW Pod because I use the same website for my old Hostile Witness podcast. And also, I never actually have plugs, but I'm doing a show at Lincoln Lodge on October 17th at 10 p.m. I'll be in storytelling at part of the Blackout Diaries. So if you're in Chicago on October 17th, come on out.
Charles is deploying with the National Guard to bring some laughs to the people of Chicago.
There for business.
Props to CS for coming on the pod. Sorry we missed the segment on tort reform. Maybe next time.
I mean, I feel like tort reform comes up on this podcast sometimes because we'll do like this person is suing for a crazy reason. And then we'll be like, actually, it's not so crazy. Tort reform discussion.
Right. This person was actually disfigured over 80% of their body, and we should be a little more empathetic.
Oh, the coffee's too hot. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, we haven't had. Why doesn't it happen? Let's see if it happens to you. How you're doing? If you want to sue anybody,
right?
Yeah, I like this idea of what the drops guy thinks you're interested in. You're just constantly thinking about, it's like I got to get this tort reform stuff out.
Shelby's got me pegged. Shelby's got me pegged.
I have a plug. I'm doing a show October 30th at Near's Tavern at 8 p.m. So if you're on Long Island, that's about as close as I get. That's as far east as I go. So come to Near's Tavern. Those shows are always fun. I think that's all I have. But
that is the Goodfellas bar, correct?
That's right. It's the Goodfellas bar.
So
it's really cool. It's a nice. It's like a fun neighborhood bar. It has lots of regulars. The bartenders are really nice, and it's a piece of history. You get to see where they beat the shit out of Billy Bats. I think that's where. Yeah.
Do not bring your wife in a fur coat. You will get yelled at.
You will get yelled at.
You're being too flashy. I have nothing to plug as usual.
comedy show where you're like, I make you laugh like a clown.
Yeah,
Right.
The worst, absolutely the worst attitude for a comedy show.
Just an angry short man crossing his arms in the front row. That's what you want to see. That's ideal as a performer.
Not impossible that will be the response. We'll see. Anything else to plug?
Everybody. Not me.
Cool. Thanks, Charles. Goodbye,
Thank
everyone.
you, Charles.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.